This video is about Chromium Rich Foods. I'm Barbara with the Alternative Health and Beauty channel, where being healthy is beautiful. Chromium is an essential trace mineral. As the name suggests, it is essential. We don't need a lot of it in our diet, but the certain minimum amounts we need are very important. It's said that most people in the Western world have maybe a 25 to 50% chromium deficiency. This is typically because of our very processed diet, and also because a lot of the chromium has been depleted in our soil. So it's really good to focus on eating that good healthy diet to get the chromium into your diet, as well as maybe alleviating the need to take a chromium picolinate supplement. However, if you do need a supplement, I'd go ahead and recommend that you would take it, maybe starting at 200 milligrams per day. I have a video that I've done about chromium picolinate, and I'll put a link to that in the description page so you can watch that later. Chromium has so many benefits. It is particularly very good for your blood sugar and stabilizing that. It's great for preventing diabetes. It's good for high cholesterol levels, your overall metabolic rate, to prevent you from weight gain or to assist you in weight loss. It's good for your skin, the overall skin health, but particularly for people that suffer from a lot of acne. Having acne on your face is almost like your blood sugar levels are off on your face. So acne is really a direct result of that in most cases. And taking chromium rich foods, it will really help you see and notice in the reduction of your acne and just overall skin health. Chromium's also good for your liver, and it's good for your bones. So you can see it really is important to have enough of this in the diet. Your body needs chromium to absorb the proper nutrition and nutrients in your body. Chromium promotes effective digestion, and it also helps to increase the metabolic rate and processing carbs and proteins. Chromium will also help reduce food cravings, and it's really required for people who consume a lot of sugar in their diet, because sugar depletes your body from chromium even more. And people that do a lot of strenuous exercise, especially athletes, tend to have a much greater need for chromium. So this is particularly important to you to eat those quality chromium-rich foods. There's insulin resistance is a really big problem in the Western world, and people that don't have full-on diabetes sometimes have hypoglycemia. Chromium will help all of this, so it's just really crucial for so many of your body systems. The foods for insulin resistance tend to be the foods that are a good source of chromium. So they're not completely interchangeable, but there is a big crossover. I would say if you have a lot of experience with fatigue symptoms, or if you have anxiety, that's another clue that you might be deficient in chromium. And sometimes just that little boost will be enough to make a big difference. The number one food that I would recommend for you to take for chromium is Brewers Yeast. Brewers Yeast has so many benefits, and just one of them is that it's very high in chromium. It's also one of the better food supplements or foods directly that you can eat for high quality vitamin Bs. The vegetables that have chromium are quite a few. Broccoli is the number one. Broccoli is such a wonderful vegetable to eat, and even for people that have thyroid problems, if you eat cooked or lightly steamed broccoli, it's very, very healthy. Green beans, potatoes, especially sweet potatoes, corn, garlic and basil are really great to cook with, and you need more of that in your diet. Mushrooms of almost any kind and dulse are good to just add to your diet, even if it's only periodically. Some of the fruits that have a decent amount of chromium are grapes, apples, bananas, and pears. So I would try to eat at least a couple of those 2 or 3 times a week. Great addition to your diet and excellent for more fiber. The meats and animal sources for chromium are cheese, eggs, beef, especially if it's grass-fed beef. Poultry in general is good, but specifically turkey is a high source of chromium. And calf liver has quite a bit of chromium as well if you're able to eat that, or you might even be able to take that in a powdered form. Some of the other things, food sources that are good at chromium, and you might find this fun, is wine and beer contain this essential trace mineral. So do whole grains in general, so you can eat those English muffins, waffles, brown rice. It's all good to add. And dried beans in particular, I would suggest adding to your diet because they're so healthy for a lot of reasons, specifically for the extra fiber and the protein. So include the dried beans into your diet. Usually you have to cook them for a couple of hours, but as long as you're not letting the pot boil over, they cook just fine. And Blackstrap Molasses is a food supplement that people have been taking for, I don't know, decades or maybe even hundreds of years. So that is something that maybe your grandmother told you about, and it's still good advice today. I'd love for you to put in the comment section any chromium rich foods that I may have forgotten to mention, or just if you'd let me know some of your favorites, I'd really appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, and if you know of anybody that might be interested in hearing this, please go ahead and forward it to them and like them. Thanks so much for watching.